Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to Young Money Investments. In today's video, we are doing none other than talking about the top stocks that I see value in for buying this week, September 23rd, 2019. We are going to be talking about three tickers and three tickers only that I see a ton of value in for either a swing trade, long-term trade, or potentially just a little short-term dip and rip. So dip and rip. Buy it on the dip, rip that sucker up, and take your profits. Let's talk about these tickers and let's talk about why I see some of the value in these specific companies. If you find value in this and if you think that some of this information is helpful and valuable, I would love and encourage you to smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button if you want to stick around for a few more of my call outs, and always hit that bell notification. That way you get notified when I'm actually releasing these videos. Without further ado, let's roll the intro and let's get into this today. Alright you guys, so the first ticker we're going to be talking about is none other than ticker symbol ROKU, or also known as Roku. Now, the reason I'm interested in Roku is because we've slid off of highs of $176, roughly $176.55, and we are down right now, currently sitting at, I believe it's like 106.90. We saw lows of right in $103 on Friday, and so with this chart pattern, a lot of consolidation is probably going to start happening, and I want to talk about why I am dip buying and why those in my private mentorship, why we were dip buying through Friday, and some of the things that we see in this. So very quickly, taking a look here, as you can see over here, it was earnings, back in, we're talking, that was way ago. That was the other earnings. Between 8.5 and 8.12 was the last time we saw earnings. That was when we saw a massive jump here from about $100 all the way the following day over $112. So we saw about a $112, jump, and we have seen it just continue to run since earnings up until now recently when it has taken a slide. Now, what are my buy and sell points on Roku? Currently, I'm averaging right here probably at about $111 on Roku. I am looking to continue to average down. I'd love to have an average cost basis somewhere right around $105 if I can make it happen and I don't overextend myself too much. Basically, the reason I'm looking at $100 as a nice level of support is because, as you can see previously, this has acted as a level of support for this ticker. And the other reason is this is a very nice number. Anytime you can get a whole number in a ticker, $100 especially is like $1 for a penny stock. This is a very nice level of support, and I believe that this is a level that we are going to see hold. Now, could we see it dip a little bit? Yes, and I want to talk about why. If you take a look over here, you can see where we've previously had some levels coming down here below the $100 price point, and that's about $96. So do not be surprised if we see $96. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw 95, 96-ish. It's very possible, and granted that does come a long ways down. I mean, we're talking from where I'm averaged in, you guys, that's 13%, and you go, Cameron, aren't you a little bit scared? Shouldn't you cut losses on a swing trade? Yeah, under normal circumstances, I would say that. I mean, we're down 42%, we're down $80 on this ticker symbol over the past week or so. This really is an indicator that we need to have some sort of bounce. We saw it try to bounce here, we got a dead cat bounce, we saw it reject that, and then it continued down. That move itself was about a 9% move. So 9% move definitely is quite a pump, but then we saw it continue to tank. So those are things that you need to pay attention to in Roku. My current sell point is anywhere between $116 to $120. So that's going to be somewhere right up in this range that I'm looking to just take that dead cat bounce, get in, get out, and get on with life. One more thing that I think is super important with Roku is that, yes, there's a lot of potential issues in the space in terms of it being overcrowded. Apple coming out with its new TV service, yes, it is an overcrowded service, but all of this is due to one analyst saying, oh, they believe that the space is overcrowded. Roku is going to expect a lot of competition in the following months and years, and based on their current valuation, they were overpriced. I absolutely agree with that, but one analyst said that. There's plenty of other analysts out there that are saying that Roku has a target price of $130, $150. There's even $180 price targets out there. So don't be so caught up in the hype that you fail to really look at some of the important numbers. All right, you guys, the next ticker that we're going to be talking about is none other than UBER, also known as the ride-sharing service Uber. Now, Uber is one of those companies that IPO'd roughly at about $44, reaching highs of $47, going through a lot of volatility at the very beginning, IPOing after Lyft, And so a lot of people were really kind of iffy on the IPO. This ticker has slid consistently down. And let's take a look at the charts, and I'm going to talk about why I am dip buying Uber right now, especially for a long-term play, but I think I see a lot of potential short-term availability to make a profit on this over the coming weeks. Taking a look at Uber, like I said, we can see highs of 47.54. If we zoom back a little bit here, we will see that it IPO'd, like I said, right here at $44. We saw it dip down here to about 36, kind of seeing this level of support right here at about 37.45 as a good basis. And then as we come over here, we can kind of see where Uber is currently consolidated at. This level of $32 is one that we've seen kind of hold previously. Yes, right here at about 33.28, that's another level of support that we've seen previously, but I feel very comfortable in saying about $32 is kind of that nice even level of support, even with that dip over here to about 30.67. Now, what is my plan for Uber? My current plan is to have an average cost basis of $32 on Uber. We're going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you here on the charts a little bit more. The sell points, I'm going to have a sell point and kind of a range. I like to have a range of sells, and that's going to be anywhere between $37.50 to $40, because sometimes there are gap ups, there's gap downs, those kinds of things that happen during the early morning market hours as well. So taking a look here, like I said, this is currently, my cursor is at about 30. This is about 31.93. If I got in at 32.50, I wouldn't be mad. Anywhere between $32, $33, and you were able to ride that up, like I said, to that 37.50. 37.50 is going to be right here at this first level of support, 37.31. Like I said, there's 37.41 is kind of that level. So anywhere right before 37.50, that offers me about a return of about 15%, which is crazy. But then you also have the ability to ride that all the way up here to about $40. That gives me a range up to about 23. So anywhere between 15% to 23%, that is a very nice return. And like I said, if it does start to drop down, let's say it does drop below this price point here, my potential for risk, if it does drop into that 30, if it drops below $30, I am going to cut. That's about a 5% loss. Yes, that would suck. That would be unfortunate, but my risk versus reward is at least a 3x. Like I said, 15% is my potential for profit, all the way up to about 24%, and my risk is about 5%. So that's about a 3x at least minimum of potential for profit versus what my downside is on this particular trade. All right, you guys, now the next ticker that we're going to be talking about is a ticker that has been crazy lately, and that is none other than Overstock. Now, Patrick, can't say his last name, Barn. That's really bad that I don't know his last name. But he recently has stepped down as the CEO of Overstock. There's been a lot of talk about some deep like espionage stuff going on with a Russian agent and some romantic relationships that kind of like rogue FBI agents like, it's a crazy story, you guys. I would definitely recommend going in and reading a little bit more about this story to kind of get an idea about Overstock. Now, with that being said, Overstock has had a ton of volatility. This is definitely a spec play, and this is one that you do need to be very careful because this stock moves a lot in both directions, but that is good, especially if you are a swing trader and wanting to make money. You need volatility, you need a lot of volume in there, and lately there has been a ton of volume in Overstock. Taking a look here at the Overstock chart, like I said, we have seen lows right now of about 14.52. Recently, just within the past week and a half, it was over 104% higher. So it has decreased, decreased about 50%. It has cut its value in half, just because of the fact that Patrick has, I think, put out into the market about $90 million worth of shares. So he sold a ton of his shares. The reason this spiked was because of the fact that he actually, this was right when he kind of went public with everything, the stock slid. He actually said that he was going to be stepping down as the CEO. That ended up being a positive news catalyst that pushed the stock to all-time, or not all-time, but recent highs, like within the past probably 6-8 months or so. And now we're seeing this kind of slide all the way back down as he has been dumping all of his shares. Now on this is definitely a dip buying opportunity. And the reason I see a lot of value in this is because with such a massive sell-off, there is a lot of potential for return and a potential for profit on this. But again, you do need to be cautious. My current buy point on Overstock is to have a rough average cost basis of about $15 on this particular ticker. I'm looking for sell points at $17.50, $20, and then $24. Let's take a look at those levels of support and resistance and why those are the places that I plan on selling my shares. And if I do have to cut, where am I going to be cutting my my position basically. All right, you guys, so as you can see right here, my current cursor is right here at about $14.99 or roughly $15. This is a previous level of support. So we're buying right here in this zone of support. Now, again, like I said, my first level of selling is going to be up here at $17.50. And you go, well, why is that? Well, as you can see, this is it acted as a wick to a level of support previously. And you can see right here, this channel pattern previously was also had a level of support here. If you go further back in the channel, you're going to see where this was another level of support and resistance. So I see $17.50 being a great spot. Again, why am I going to take this off right at this area as well? Well, because if you do run it up here, that offers me a return of roughly about 16.73%, which to me is a nice solid return on this, especially for an investment that takes, you know, anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, I would say, in that current position. If we can continue to see this push up over the next month, we would see it run all the way up here to about $20. Why would I be cutting at 20 or taking some of my position off at 20? Again, this is another level of support and resistance right here at about $20. And so I think that is another good little area. It's all about managing risk, you guys. That's 100% what it's all about. Last but not least here, the third level that I'm going to be taking some off is going to be right here at $24. That completes the price channel right here. And that would bring roughly a return of about 59-60% to my overall portfolio. Again, anytime you can make 60% on a ticker like this, that is going to be a great opportunity. You do need to be prepared for times where it's going to consolidate and do this. So if you are planning on riding this out with me up to this price point, be prepared for some weeks here where you're going to be holding this and it is going to consolidate. It's not just going to zig all the way back up and zag all the way back down and zig all the way up and zag all the way down. You need to be patient. And anytime you're swing trading, that is the name of the game, is being patient, understanding your levels of support, resistance, and those things will help you to be a profitable trader in this. So you guys, that is everything that I wanted to cover today. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you've already hit the thumbs up button, turn that subscribe button on, and then also turn the bell notification on. If you're interested in being in my private group, there's also a link down in the description. You can always message me on Instagram as well. I'd love to answer more of your questions. We get into this stuff a little bit earlier than I get into it on my channel, but you guys are still getting it at a really great time to be able to buy these stocks, make money, and profit. And that is what we are all about here on Young Money Investments. I would love to do more videos. If you have a specific video that you want to cover, please put that down in the comment section. We cover finance, we cover stocks, especially we cover penny stocks, we cover long-term investments, we cover swing trading, we cover real estate now as I'm getting my real estate broker's license in Washington and Oregon. We also cover, you guys, we cover like the gambit. We run the gambit here. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and like I said, please hit that thumbs up button. Talk to you guys later. Bye.